G'day and welcome back to another DB Legends video. In this video we are going to take a look at Super Baby 2 and how he looks after his Zenkai. So we're going to take a look at just how good he is after his Zenkai. Pretty good unit, I would say. Overall, I like the changes they've made, and I think he could be a decent bench option. It seems like Zenkais basically are just to make solid bench options for units that are coming up. I can't really remember the last time we got a Zenkai that looked really good. Baby Zenkai looks pretty decent. So special move wise, he's got the Revenge Death Ball, which inflicts an attribute downgrade on the enemy. We've then also got the main ability, or the brand new main ability, which is Evil Lust for Revenge, which gives 50% to ally health restoration, 40% to damage inflicted by allies, and damage reduction received of 20% for Baby, which is pretty good. It's obviously something that I think helps. He is more of a support-based character, so it does make sense. In terms of his Z abilities, he has obviously his old Z abilities, which is base strike defense for GT or regeneration tag, and he's got the new Zenkai, which is for blue and GT based units, which has some interesting combo units, but realistically doesn't have anyone too crazy that he's going to end up applying to. Then we have the unique ability. So he's got a couple uniques, which is obviously really cool. He's got Grudge against Saiyans, which is 40% to damage inflicted against the following tags, Saiyan and Hybrid Saiyans. Then also has plus 10% to damage inflicted for 10 timer accounts upon landing a strike or blast attack. Toughful Saiyans will nullify attribute downgrades, and then also give him additional key recovery and damage. He also gains a whole bunch of conditions based on your GT tag as well. So he will heal your GT tag or regeneration units, which is pretty interesting. Then we have Oppressive Control. This is basically for when he switches in. He gains 20% damage, -5 to strike arts card cost, and then also he will gain additional key restoration and draw card speed depending on how many other units you have from GT or regen. And then we have his final one, to fulfill one's ambitions, which is basically just flat upgrades. 60% damage inflicted, 40% damage reduction, etc. And these you need to unlock from the Zenkai system, so those uniques won't be active until you actually unlock them. To get his Z power or his Zenkai Awakening power is pretty straightforward. You have the Battle Gauntlet for him, which will drop 3,000. Then you have the missions, which will drop 4,000. If you don't feel like doing any of those, you can summon on the Zenkai Booster, or you can buy the Zenkai Booster for Chrono Crystals, or later down the line you can farm him from Zenkai Ultra Space Time Rush. So then obviously his Battle Gauntlet, we'll take a look at that in a separate video, but his Battle Gauntlet is relatively straightforward. You don't want to do anything too crazy here. It looks like a whole bunch of regen / GT units that are purple, which makes sense, plus a Vegeta thrown in there for good measure. But Battle Gauntlets, basically you have to clear all 100 floors, and then you're going to be able to obviously take a look essentially at how many Chrono Crystals and Z power you're going to get. And then we obviously have the missions. The missions are always pretty straightforward. If you don't know by now, the missions are relatively easy and they remain the same. Most of them require you to do daily missions, to knock out a certain amount of enemies, to clear a certain number of stages, to do enough hyperdimensional cop, etc. And quite frankly, it's pretty straightforward, nothing too crazy. You do need to use certain categories of characters, but that's not too hard to do since it's GT. So that's basically it. In terms of the characters that he kind of benefits, there's only really 2 I think that are notable, or 3 maybe that are notable. So the first one is going to be the Zenkai Blue Pan. She is the unit probably that he's going to help out the most, although unfortunately for him, her Zenkai ability doesn't apply to him, nor does her Z ability, but you could potentially place Pan as leader on a GT team to get her full benefits, and then obviously apply his full benefits to her. Then we have Ai Shenron. kind of a unit that's been out in the cold for a while now. This does buff him, so could maybe bring him back in line to run on a more extreme orientated GT team. I don't know, I think that could definitely work. And then we also have this extreme Shenron, who himself is just really a bench unit anyway, so doesn't really maximize him, although he is pretty interesting. And then we also have this blue Sparkng Goku, who is a pretty good current bench option, and you could maybe run this baby alongside him. Could be very interesting. But yeah, GT wise, there's not a lot of pickups here. There's not like a unit that clearly benefits from this, so it is just interesting. But that's it from me. I think overall, baby's pretty good, but let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. That's it from me. Bye.